technical vocabulary.
Okay. About the administration part, there are 12 ties in Taiwan and 24 ties in Japan a year at test centers under standardized procedures designed to protect the security of the test. And we also find the China's information, but in China it depends. Sometimes there are just 6 tests a year, but sometimes it will increase to 8 tests a year, so it depends. And about the listening and reading parts belong to paper and pencil type test because the test takers will use their pencils to mark their answers on the answer sheet or schedule card, and then the optical scanner will calculate what's the total score that the test taker gets. And about the reading section, will play on a cassette player, so it's recorded. And about the speaking and writing parts belong to computer-based type because the test taker will respond their answer, the return or overall answers in computer using a computer or headset or a keyboard. So it belongs to computer-based. And as for the time assignment, 45 for listening tests and 75 for reading tests, and 20 minutes for speaking test and 1 hour for writing test. And the supervisors and proctors certified by ETS administer the Toeic exam. How is the Toeic scored? So at first, let's look at the listening and reading first. Just like I mentioned, that the score is by using optical scanners and computers. And the second is that the scores determined by the number of questions answered correctly. And the number of correct responses in each section will be converted to a number of a scale of 5 to 495. And adding the 2 sections together will give a total score on a scale range from 10 to 990. And there's no penalty for wrong answers. Okay. And next, about the speaking and writing test, test takers' responses are anonymously entered into an online repository that allows the highly trained and diverse team of professional raters to randomly score the responses, which means that the raters do not know how the test takers are in the one countries the tests are taken in, and is thus not influenced by such factor. And second is that the several raters will score different parts of the test to ensure maximum objectivity and reliability of the test. Also, ETS follow the very standard and strict process to recruit their highly professional raters, such as this chart, ETS Online Scoring Network. So at first, ETS will review the resumes of all the applicants, and if they found that they are qualified, and then those candidate raters will enter into an online training program. And they will try to do some practice of the authentic responses of scoring that part. And then raters have to qualify to score the real Toeic test by passing the certification test. And then every day before the scoring section begins, the raters have to take a calibration test to ensure that they are scoring correctly. Calibration test is the test to...
10 minutes remain.
Okay. Okay. Next. And this is the corresponding score and the proficiency levels you can see in this chart. Okay. Next. And about the availability of parallel phones, we know that there are a lot of Toeic simulated tests in Taiwan and Japan, so I think it is highly available for Taiwanese or Japanese to get this kind of simulated test. And but I want to introduce is that this book is the new Toeic official test preparation guide. Is the most famous one because it is published by ETS, and there are 2 simulated tests in this book, and test items are chosen from the real test, from the real Toeic test. So it's, besides that, it is also highly available for everyone to get this book because you can buy this through the ETS or online bookstore or in the real bookstore.